It goes back to what you were talking about with the tribalism thing.
Yeah.
Where, like, I remember when I was growing up, for instance, anything outside of Protestant Christianity was questionable.
Mm-hmm.
And even other Protestant sects were questionable. The Jehovah's Witnesses and Mormons weren't actually Christians.
Mm-hmm.
They were something else. Let's not even talk about Islam.
No.
And the Jews we can't criticize because Israel.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get into politics on that one.
No.
But that's just where I was at. And as I grew up and as I became more scholarly in terms of, like, you know, in the Bible, 2 Timothy 2:15, study to show thyself approved, a workman who need not be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. That's what I wanted to do. And I said to myself, okay, I've got these 66 books in the Bible, but I know that this wasn't always the Bible.
Yeah.
Where's the rest of it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And being raised Protestant, looking into the Apocrypha, even
Mm-hmm.
the 16 books that are in the Catholic Bible that are not in the Protestant Bible. It's like, you know, the Bible Part 2.
Yeah, the sequel.
Well, it's not really a sequel. It's kind of like an appendix.
Yeah. There you go.
It's
I guess
it's like Rogue One.
Yeah. Well, actually, in Latter-day Saints, would that be the I don't know,
The Mormons.
would that be the reimagining or the or the Michael Bay?
Yeah, they're the Disney versions.
Disney Plus.
I'm going right to hell.
I'll be there with you, buddy.
But you know, it was like, you know, and I was like, okay, I want to look into what they believe. And I went into it initially with, they're wrong, and I want to be able to prove where they're wrong with their own stuff.
Yeah.
The very arrogant, you know, look at me, I'm not exactly a minority,
Mm-hmm.
you know, within the evangelical movement, especially. I'm kind of the poster boy for it, if I had better teeth. But it comes down, like I say, it comes back to that whole tribalism thing. And that's one of the things that keeps us apart, where I think that, I don't think necessarily that religion should bring us together, but I think our faith in our higher power should bring us together, or our faith in humanity, or our faith in a better way.
Is there a difference between faith and religion?
I believe so, very strongly.
Elaborate on that. Where do you see the difference in that?
Where I see the difference is, for me, faith is laid on something within, connecting to something without. Whereas religion is something outside, seeking to connect and seeking to control.
Ooh, the word control.
Because when you get into religion, you get into things like dogma.
Don't eat fish on Friday, or
don't eat shellfish, don't eat bacon, don't eat this. And I'm sorry, but I refuse to believe in a God who would create bacon and then make it a sin. That's just a cruel God.
It's delicious. Yeah. Well, hey, while we're talking about religion, maybe I should change our background. Maybe this should
perfect.
Let's get.
It's cozy.
Yeah, this will be our background as we get it more into religion. I'll go back here, but when we get really deep, we'll switch back.
That works.
But I think you make a very interesting point, and I think there's a lot of times the people's definitions on different things kind of sometimes aren't on the same page, because I think faith is very important. Faith in humankind. I feel like a lot of times things get lost in miscommunication. Sometimes we focus on our differences rather than our similarities. Mm-hmm. And you look at, like, we were just talking about all these different sects of the different of Christianity.
Yeah,
which
just
Christianity is,
Protestant Christianity.
yeah, there's you, like if you did the if you did the if you mapped out Christianity, it would look like that meme from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, where Charlie Day is trying to track down Pepe Sylvia, and
Mm-hmm.
it's got like he's got all these lines, and yet fundamentally, most of them just differ on like little tiny little like dogma pieces of dogma, rather than we're all kind of seeking the same thing, and
It's an
you know,
extremist view, and it's one that is often joked about in church circles.
mhm.
But believe it or not, one of the biggest I don't not heresies, schisms in the American Evangelical Church. Are you ready for it?
Yep.
Did Adam have a belly button or not?
Interesting.
Literally, people will sit and debate, did Adam have a belly button or not? Well, he was the prototype for man.
Yep.
Therefore, he must have looked exactly like we did. Therefore, he had a belly button. But he didn't have a mother. Therefore, no umbilical cord. Therefore, no navel. Therefore, no belly button.
Yeah, and I guess did Eve have one either?
Yep. So if you're depicting Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, do you have belly buttons or not?
That's the yeah.
And
If people are,
churches have split over this.
that's crazy.
I'm like, no, 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 no. You jumped the shark a long time ago.
Yeah. Catch new episodes of Mental Health Mondays every Monday morning at 7 a.m. Start your week off with a smile and some inspiration.